So the movie begins, and we see a girl on the seaside, thinking about something. Suddenly, a strange man comes there, who walks like a robot, and starts walking towards that girl. He kidnaps her and takes her somewhere in his white van. In the next scene, a strange house is shown where there was no furniture, no floor, no walls. Everything was white there, and we found the girl who was kidnapped there. But look, here we are shown another girl who wears all his clothes. Now this girl, who took off the clothes of the kidnapped girl and wore them on top of these clothes, she sees an ant and starts watching it very carefully as if she is watching the movement of this ant. But you are also doing research on it. Now in the next scene, we are shown an alien ship in the sky, who instead of landing on the ground, disappears in the clouds, and now the scene is again of the same girl. The girl who was just wearing the previous boy's clothes is now in a mall. She gets down and does a lot of shopping. She changes her holly and dresses herself up beautifully, and then she again takes her car out on the roads, and after this, she looks at the road. She tricks a passing girl into her car by asking for directions. They talk a lot while sitting in the car. The girl also asks many personal questions about that girl, like who is in the family, or whether he has a life partner or not, and such things. Eventually, the boy gets so carried away by her words that he goes to her house. Having said that, at this time, from the way the boy was walking, we were feeling as if that boy poses have been done, as if he was possessed by something else. He just kept following this girl around, but it wasn't working at all. This house was like a dark world. There was no furniture or anything else here. Now we could also see its reflection on the floor. And as we moved forward, we realized that that reflection was coming because the area ahead was made of some nice liquid. The boy now starts taking off his clothes in a posed manner, and as he moves forward, each step takes him down into the black swamp. While the girl is not drowning in the swamp, the boy is unable to understand anything in that position. Even his mouth goes inside that liquid. The girl looks back and sees that the boy has completely disappeared in the liquid. So she goes ahead, puts on her clothes, gets back in the van, and leaves. And from here we come to know that this girl is working for some special purpose, and for this, like, they make boys their prey, and now she was out for a new prey. This time the girl came to a seashore where she saw a man swimming. She seems to be practicing before she manages to ensnare him with her words. The man sees that in the distance, a woman has jumped into the sea to save her dog. She could not save her dog, but she herself had reached such a point. It was difficult for him to come back. The waves of the ocean had trapped her inside, and she was unable to save herself. To save that woman, her husband also follows her. And this swimmer too got caught in the waves of the ocean and was swept away. He arrives, and he himself jumps into the sea to save them. He saves the man, but the man's wife gets lost in the water and drowns. Her husband, driven mad, dives back into the water to retrieve his wife. The swimmer goes back to the water to save the man, and with great difficulty pulls him out. In the process of saving that man, this swimmer had also lost a lot of his strength. He too falls down and faints. This girl stood at a distance and watched the whole spectacle without any emotion, and then goes up to the swimmer and hits him on the head with a bat, as if she wanted to confirm that the man was unconscious. And he remains unconscious, and then they pick him up and leave from here. Now the son of the couple who had died by drowning in the water was also crying a lot here. But this girl did not pay any attention to the child's crying. She didn't even look back at him. She was so cruel. A lot of time passes, and we are shown a night scene, the shore from where the girl had kidnapped the boy. He told him that a friend comes to the same shore on a bike, and there it also makes all the clothes and belongings of the missing man disappear, so that no one can find any clue as to where that man disappeared. The strange thing that is felt here is that the child, whom the girl had also ignored, now this boy also ignored me as if he cared. May this child not be happy? Until now, the child was crying there, was sobbing. While we are shown the girl who was at the nightclub at this time, she traps another victim and takes him to the same house as before. This boy also has the same behavior as the first boy, that pose. In this state, he takes off his clothes and then completely immerses himself in the liquid. Finally, we are shown the scene inside the liquid. At this time, that swimmer was also inside that liquid. The other boy looks at the swimmer and is like, if he touches it, his body explodes instantly. Are divided into small pieces, and then a vacuum-like machine extracts all of them. She starts processing the pieces by pulling them inside herself, and now the same is happening with this other boy. It was also about to happen. The girl goes out again for her prey, and when she is on the road, a florist gives him a flower and tells him that the person in the other car sent it. This girl does not react at all. She catches the flower and does not even think that this flower, there was blood on it. While there was no specific reason for the blood, it was the blood of the flower seller who had been cut. Similarly, now that girl brings another victim inside the same house, and at the same time, the guy on his motorcycle who's always behind the back of these missing guys, he comes to her, they don't talk to each other, they just look into each other's eyes silently, and then the boy leaves from here. Both panels then come off. The girl is on her mission, and the boy is on his work, and here he is, a man. He collides with a tree and falls down, and many people gather there to help him. He finds all this strange, and why he found it strange will be revealed to us later. Well, now she starts looking at everyone with a lot more attention, as if noting how she is living. Well, now she starts focusing on her mission, and now she goes to a man whose face was somewhat disfigured. She asks the man to sit in her car and asks him, "How much do you have? I am a friend." That man tells me that because of this face of mine, neither does anyone become my friend, nor does any girl come to me. I am not even married. After hearing all this, the girl does not give any answer and then takes him to her house. She was about to make him part of her plan, but then she saw a fly on the window. A fly that was trapped there. I don't know what she thinks after seeing that fly. Then she starts looking at herself carefully, and then leaves her prey, which showed that ever since he had understood that what she's doing is wrong, and now he takes his car and leaves again. The news that this girl had abandoned her victim, his other friend gets it, and in anger he attacks that man. He goes home, kills her, and takes her body away in his car. She seemed very confused at this time. She goes to a restaurant, tries to eat cake, but spits it out. It seemed to him that way he had seen Kate, tasted it for the first time and didn't like it at all. She goes and sits in a public bus in a strange manner. Seeing him frightened, a man sitting nearby, he tells her that if she wants, she can stay at his house tonight. The girl agrees. The man was nice. He took her to his home. She cooked food for him, but he didn't eat it. There was music on the TV. She started listening to him, and then the next day, the man took her for a walk. After which, when both of them came close at night, the girl got scared and ran away from there into the forest. Whereas on the other hand, it was shown that now all her friends were searching for that girl together. Here in the forest, she meets a man who asks her, "Have you come here alone? This is a very dangerous place. You have to be very careful here." You shouldn't have come here alone. He was worried about her, and the girl was surprised to see this. The man also tells him about a shelter where she can stay during storms and such. Now that girl goes there and goes to sleep there. When he opened his eyes in the morning, he saw it was the same man he had met in this forest last night. He was now trying to misbehave with her. That's why she gets scared and tries to run away from here. But the man catches her and forcibly takes off her clothes. It seems that along with his clothes, his skin is also peeling off. Seeing this, the boy gets terrified. The girl now goes ahead and removes all her skin, and we are shown her black body from inside. His human face was also in his hands. Looking at him, his eyes were also tearing up. Coming here, we get the revelation that in reality, she was not a human being at all. She was an alien who came from the same alien ship we saw at the beginning of the movie. The purpose for which she was making humans disappear from this world is not explained here. But here, the mystery of all his behaviors is revealed, that why he behaves so strangely. She was doing this because she was neither a human being, nor did she have human feelings. She has started to understand humans here. And he had to do this not only during this mission. Now she was thinking something, when suddenly that man came from behind. He comes and pours petrol on her and sets her on fire. The girl even runs to save herself. But then, after going some distance, it burns completely and turns into coal and falls there itself. As soon as he died, we now have to give him his companion on the other side. Whoever came to this very snowy field, he was standing in the distance, looking at something. It was as if he felt that he had died with her. And just like that, the movie ends with him standing there.